I'll give you another one about the difference and why it's tougher for you than it is for us musicians. Robert Plant, let's say you go and watch him solo, somehow he's going to do a version of Whole Lotta Love because otherwise you feel like you're being ripped off, right?
He did. You're right.
Yeah.
I saw him in December of 1980.
When was the last time you did that people came to see you because they're expecting to hear a certain joke, a certain line that you delivered 20 years ago, 10 years ago? You got to come up with new material all the time. We don't. As a matter of fact, people don't even want to hear new material. That's why a lot of bands don't even make new records. We don't. They want to hear the hits. So imagine if you get up on stage every night and you say the same jokes, your biggest jokes. And that's why people are lining up for you.
I mean, we all have our greatest hits. If you go to each one of your specials or your albums, you're going to have one memorable bit. If it's really old, I won't throw it up. But you never know. You know where you're going to go. There's bits that aren't on CDs that are old that I never put on a CD or nothing. They're just sitting there waiting to get morphed into another joke.
Exactly.
Morphed.
Morph.
Now I have a minute and a half. This will add 2.5 more minutes to that joke. That bit's been sitting in the wings for fucking 8 years.
Yeah.
Just waiting to do something to smack a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So no, that whole process I love now. And I guarantee while you guys are on stage, I'll tell you who's a band that I liked because of their live performances. And because everything sounded different. You wouldn't expect it from me. But I lived in Boulder and I listened to them a lot. Involuntarily. You have to listen to the Dead.
Oh, the Dead, yeah.
When you live in Boulder, everybody's playing the Dead. Next door, downstairs, and everybody don't play the album. They play the bootlegs. From the Oakland shows, from the Oklahoma shows.
Yeah.
So you get to listen to like 3 nights at the Oklahoma Superdome. I don't know if this is what it's called. I'm just making up a name here. So you get to see how they switch every night, how they grow every night, how they manipulate every night. Maybe tonight we're going to do this. Maybe tonight Jerry Garcia plays this note. Maybe tonight Jerry Garcia does a long solo. Depends how much heroin he did and if he had a piece of chocolate candy. Whatever the fuck. That's when I really admired that. I know one thing. I went to see comedy. I always tell this because I'm misinformed sometimes. I went to see comedy 1 time before I got on stage. 2 times before I got on stage. And those 2 times, I was not thinking about doing comedy. I just went to accompany a friend of mine. And they were both the same comedian because he was a big fan of his. And this is way before I got into comedy. The first time I saw him was like October. Let's just make up a date. Maybe October. No, let's say maybe January of 87. And then the next time I saw him was June of 88. And I'll never forget that he didn't write a new joke at all. He did the same routine he had done the 14 months prior to that. And I'll never forget, as a fucking cokehead, lost cokehead, not even a comedian. Comedy wasn't even on my radar. I remember walking out and going, that's interesting that he said the same material he did a year ago. If that was me, I would never do that. This is way before comedy. Way before comedy. I paid $200 to go see Led Zeppelin. I better hear a Whole Lotta Love. I want to hear, I have a set list of songs I want to hear. But I know I spoke to a Mexican friend of mine, and he said he went to see Santana. And he goes, I should have taken the $200 and ripped it in half. Because all he does is introduce new music and talks about his political, what his aspirations are, whatever. And then people were yelling, oh yeah, come on, Val. And he's like, oh, no, I'm going to do this acoustic. Get the fuck out of here. We want to hear fucking Soul Black Magic Woman, Soul Survivor. That's what they came to hear.
Yeah.
So he didn't do well. Like people just didn't. The reviews were bad. I could see that. Me, when I went to see the weird thing about Guns N' Roses was that Monday on Trunk Nation, a guy called it, a very intelligent guy. Usually you ever hear Trunk Nation?
Oh,
The
yeah.
people that call in.
I know Eddie. Yeah.
The people that call into Trunk Nation are not the right. Hey man, how you doing?
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. What did happen to the band, the Spiders? They were a small band. You're like, the Spiders, guys, live it up. Go hang yourself. You know what I'm saying? The guys just call, like, what happened to? And they try to be swarmy.
Yeah.
Like, man, listen, man, my favorite dude was Rudy Sarzo, and I went to see him recently, and like they just try to be swarmy, and Eddie fucks them up. Eddie fucks them up good. But a guy called, and it was very intelligent. He goes, I don't know these people that are paying all this money to see Guns N' Roses do music that was put out in 1988 through whatever. And my daughter and my wife went into Bully Buster, and I sat outside listening to the argument about, and I'm like, maybe not. I don't know how I feel about this argument, but I thought about that too. If I'm paying $400 for a ticket, I want to hear something new, especially if it's Guns N' Roses. It's got to be good. That 2 days later, I got the call off. I want to go see Guns N' Roses. That Monday, like that Wednesday, they called and they go, we got 2 tickets for you to go see Guns N' Roses at the Palladium Saturday if you want to go. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to go. Now I'm here. And let me tell you something. When they played the beginning of It Could Be Mine, You Could Be Mine, the place almost blew up. November Rain, the place almost, that's what you wanted to hear. Like, as I was there, I'm like, they better play November Rain. They better play this song here.
Yeah, but I can tell you this, as a fan and as a professional musician, songs are just triggers. Your mind triggers. Like, so somebody, so let's say, especially playing in Los Angeles, they're an LA band. So when they hear, You Could Be Mine, people most of the audience actually saw them playing at the Whiskey or saw them back in '88.
Crazy.
They were part of the whole Sunset Strip. So you just basically triggering this emotion of like, fuck yeah, man, like 30 years before, right? And all of a sudden they are 19 again. They're riding their Harleys. They got their motorcycle jackets on, and there's not a care in the world. So they're just losing their shit because they're being transported to that place in time. I know that because it happens to me as a fan. I've been a fan longer than I've been a professional musician. So I got a whole catalog of music that just fucks me up every time I hear it.
Me too. You're right.
And some of them I'm actually playing. I grew up. I was a kid when I was listening to the Guess Who songs, like These Eyes used to be like this.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. Dun 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 dun.
Dun dun.
And that song was like the favorite song of this. When you're a kid, you have a girlfriend and you have like your song, your favorite song. And that was like a crazy girlfriend that I had. That was her favorite song. So here I am on stage with the band playing that song, and all I can do is just laugh. I'm laughing. I'm smiling. Yeah, I'm happy because I'm playing that song, but I'm also laughing at the irony of the whole thing, that I'm actually in the band playing the song that was not only our song, it was also a breakup song.
What's a breakup song?
Well, it's a song that happened to be playing on the radio when the chick breaks up with you. that was your last memory of that song. And saying thank you for breaking up with me, because otherwise I would probably have been married to you, have like 20 grandchildren by now, and be in Miami playing in playing congas in a Santana band or Miami Sound Machine tribute band.
Crazy. Let me ask you something, man. I did not know till Wendy was here the other day.
Yeah.
That you were in Ronnie's last band, War. What was the name of it?
Ronnie?
Yeah.
I was his last bass player in Dio.
I didn't know that.
I was in the band from 2004 until he passed away.
In 2010.
Yeah, 2010. Yeah.
And you were touring with him the whole thing. Why didn't I know?
I love Ronnie. Because you never asked me about Ronnie.
That was crazy. I knew you had done something with Ronnie.
Oh God, yeah.
She mentioned it to me, and over the weekend I went and looked it up, and I was like, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. We did the record together. The 28th year or 25th year anniversary of Holy Diver. We did the whole record, and there's a DVD of that. If I find one at home, I think I have an extra copy. I'll bring it to you.
83 Holy Diver, tremendous.
Holy Diver, yeah.
Vivian
So
Campbell, the whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah. It was the 25-year anniversary of Holy Diver. Yeah.
Who was the drummer on that album?
On the record was Vinny Appice,
Appice,
who
right.
had played with him in Black Sabbath.
Right. That's
And
right.
then when Vinny left the band, Simon Wright from AC/DC took over. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, Simon was the second drummer in AC/DC. He was like 16, 17 years old when he joined the band. Yeah.